Hello students, this is our slide to a new topic, that is file organization in data structure. In this slide, we will be discussing about how the files and folders are being organized in certain formats and how we get using the data structure, how we face some of the problems while organizing the files and its solutions. So the very first we will be discussing about what is file organization. So in file organization, first of all, we will need to know that what is a file and what is its collection. So we already know file is a collection of records and the records are some collection of fields, in which files are the fixed length records and can be also described as variable length records. The file organization defines how the data will be stored in the files and how the data will be retrieved from the files. Some of the types of file organization are sequential SS file organization, direct SS file organization, index sequential SS file organization. So we will start with sequential SS file organization. So storing the files in a contiguous block within the file is known as sequential SS file organization. We can take the example of our tape recorders, disk. These are all the sequential SS file organizations. Here all the records are stored in a sequential order and the records are arranged either in ascending or descending orders, and in that way it is also retrieved. That is, the sequential file search starts from the beginning of the file and the record can be added at the end of the file. In sequential file, it is not possible to add a record in the middle of the file without rewriting the file. So this is all about our sequential file or sequential SS file organization. In next we have direct SS file organization. The direct SS file organization is known as random SS or relative file organization. In direct file SS, all records are stored in direct SS storage device, that is DASD, such as hard disk. It is also called hashing. We will be further knowing about the hashing concepts in our next slides. In file organization, it is useful for the intermediate SS to large amount of information in direct SS file organization, and the records does not need to be in sequence because they are updated directly and rewritten back in the same location. So this is all about direct SS file. Next, the third type of file organization is index sequential SS file organization. In index sequential SS file organization, it is a combination of both sequential and direct SS file organization. In index sequential file, records are stored randomly on a direct SS device such as magnetic disk by a primary key. The file have multiple keys. These keys may be alphanumeric, in which the records are ordered by using primary key. The data can be accessed either sequentially or randomly by using the index. The index is stored in the file and the records are read into the memory when the file is opened. So these were the basic three types of file organization. In this chapter, we will be basically studying about the second type of file organization, that is direct access file organization or hashing. So we will go to what is hashing. So here in the introduction, we will know hashing is a technique that is used to uniquely identify a specific object from a group of similar objects. Some examples of how hashing is used in our lives include: in universities, each student is assigned a unique roll number that can be used to retrieve information about them. In libraries, each book is assigned a unique number that can be used to determine information about the book, such as its exact position in the library or the users it has been issued to. In both these examples, the students are books. In both the examples, the students and books were hashed to a unique number. So let us have an assumption that we have an object and you want to assign a key to it to make searching easy. To store the key or value pair, we can use a simple array like a data structure where keys can be used directly as index to store the values. However, in cases where the keys are large and cannot be used directly as an index, you should use hashing. In hashing, large keys are converted into small keys by using hash functions. The values are then stored in the data structure called hash table. The idea of hashing is to distribute entries uniformly across the array. Each element is assigned a key, that is converted key. By using the key, we can access the elements in big O of 1 time complexity. Using the key, the algorithm hash function computes an index that suggests where an entry can be found or inserted. Hashing is implemented basically in two ways. The element is converted into an array by using a hash function. This element can be used as an index to store the original element which falls in the hash table. The element is stored in the hash table where it can be quickly retrieved using the hashed keys. So here we have an example in which we have some of the attributes, or we can say we have a collection of records of some students, and we have the set of attributes. We have the attributes as roll number, name, ages, course, branch, attendance and assignments, submission status, and we have some records of students here, and this is whole combination of all the records or the total record we have. So among all the attributes here, we have a uniquely identified key value which does not match with anyone. So if we go with the names, so it may be possible that there would be same name of students, as here we have two students of the same name, Nick. Whereas if we go with the age, there would be many similar ages, there would be many students who will have the same age. There will be many students who will be continuing the same course or will be from the same branch or may have the same number of attendance, and this status also may be similar to each and every record. But only one key value is there that is very uniquely identified and will not repeat itself with any of the students or students list, that is roll number. So here roll number is taken as the key values in student table list. Okay, so here roll number is the main element of the direct access file organization or hashing. So here we have a hashing data structure, basically we need to know what does the term hashing means. So hashing is a searching technique basically, which is also known as hash addressing, which is essential or independent of number of elements, but it is just a simply mathematical formula that manipulates the key in some form to compute the locations. So here we can take the example to understand the hashing data structure very easily. So for example, we have a list of numbers. So we have we can say we have a list of data elements, integer type data elements, and we need to store it in some memory location. So what is hashing? Hashing is this mathematical formula who will use the data elements as an input to find the location in which we are going to store that data element. So we will put this data element in this hash formula so that we will find an output, that is the memory allocation for the data elements. Okay, so here the data element is 11, and here we have used one of the hash function that is known as division method of hashing function. Okay, in which the function is, or the formula is, x percentile 10. Okay, so here we will be further discussing what is this formula about. Here x is the each and every data element. By doing it factorial with 10, we will get its memory location. So when we input 11 in place of x, we get 1. So 11 is stored in the memory location 1. When we put 12, we get the output 2. So we store the data element 12 in the memory location 2. When we input 13, it is stored in the memory location 3. When we input 14, it will be the output will be 4, and we will store the data element 14 in the memory location 4, and so on. So this structure is known as hash table. So this is all about hashing data structure, and in our further slide we will be learning about the hash functions, that what are these hashing techniques and how this hash function is implemented to store the memory allocation or to find the memory allocations. So there are basically 3 different types of hash function we are going to discuss in this slide. So let's meet in our next slide for the discussion of hash function. Thank you.